Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Today is February 6th, 2020. In this brief video, we're going to look at the numerology of the death of actor Kirk Douglas, who passed away yesterday at the old age of 103. This guy really made it quite the distance. Now in this video, we're going to look at the language of Gematria, which is the observation and practice of coding numbers into words. We start with English ordinal, the most basic cipher, which numbers the alphabet 1 through 26, each letter relative to its position in the alphabet. We also have the reduction, or Pythagorean method, which uses the rules of numerology to reduce each double-digit number to a single digit, prior to adding it to the equation. This language of Gematria then combined with dates on the calendar, date durations, date numerologies, to provide a numerical riddle into the life and death of everyone on this planet. So let's get into this. First of all, we're going to start with the name Douglas. Notice how the name Douglas equals 25 in reduction numerology. Kirk Douglas passed away on the date February 5th, written 2/5. 25, also the gematria of death, using the reverse reduction method. The reverse alphabetic order, simply flipped, where the letter Z gets the value 1 all the way through A as 26. Douglas's health issues began in the year 1996 when he suffered a stroke. Notice how the word stroke also has a reduction value of 25. But what's more interesting about this is the date of his stroke, January 28th. The date written 1/28. Now, before looking at the numerology of that death, I just want to point out that his birth name is Sir Danielovich. Sums to 208 in the alphabetic order. And in numerology, with the 0 ignored, this represents the number 28, his stroke on the 28th day of the year. But again, more interesting to me is the date January 28th, written 1/28. Measuring from Kirk Douglas's last birthday on December 9th of 2019 to the date of his death is a span of 1 month and 28 days. Using the standard alphabetic order, the name Kirk Douglas has a value of 128. Also worth pointing out that his death falls a span of 128 weeks after the Great American Eclipse, the one that went coast to coast in the year 2017. Notice how the name Kirk Douglas equals 47 and 70 in the reduction methods. These are the same values as the phrase total eclipse, 47 and 70. And the date on which Kirk Douglas died, 2 + 5 + 20 + 20, had primary numerology of 47. Kirk Douglas died a span of 169 days after the anniversary of that eclipse. In the reverse alphabetic order, Kirk Douglas sums to 169. Again, dead 128 weeks after that same eclipse. The number 169 has a square root of 13. Making the fact that he died at the age of 103 even more interesting. Also in reverse reduction, actor Kirk Douglas sums to 103, just like the age at which he died. Over time, I've discovered there's a lot of significance when you combine an actor's birth name with his stage name. And I want you to notice how Isur Danielovich, Kirk Douglas, sums to 129 in reduction. This stands out right away because it lines up with his birthday, December 9th, written 12/9. His death falls in the 129th week since the Great American Total Solar Eclipse, and his last birthday was on the date 12/9 in the year 2019. Using English extended gematria, Isur Danielovich Kirk Douglas sums to 2019, again, the year of his last birthday. If we instead measure from the most recent total solar eclipse, we find that he died a span of 219 days after the 2019 total solar eclipse. Perhaps worth pointing out that this is also a span of 314 days before the next total solar eclipse, the word eclipse, has gematria of 314, just like the first three digits of pi. And speaking of pi sums to 25 in the alphabetic order, just like how he died on February 5th. One more leg to this riddle. Notice how the name Douglas equals 79, using the standard alphabetic order. When he suffered his stroke in the year 1996, notice how Douglas was 79 years old. Now, the number 79 is a prime number. See how it's the 22nd prime number. The phrase total solar eclipse with the gematria of 202. His birth name, Danielovich, has gematria of 202. His stage name, Kirk, sums to 22. Notice how Kirk also equals 49 in the alphabetic order. This is the same as his birth name, Isur, 49 in reverse. Measuring from the date he died to the next Great American Total Solar Eclipse is exactly 4 years and 9 weeks away. And this 79-22 prime number relationship has been significant all year. Earlier this year, we had the bombing of an Iranian general. Now, Iran became an Islamic republic on the date 4/1 in 79. Now, 41 is the 13th prime number, and 79 is the 22nd prime number. And on the date 1/3/2020, the United States killed an Iranian general. Also, in my work on the Super Bowl this year, a Super Bowl which I did accurately predict. Remember, not only did I pick the Kansas City Chiefs in my last live stream to win the Super Bowl, but I also said Patrick Mahomes would lead a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter. And, of course, the Chiefs entered the fourth quarter down by 10 points and then later came back and won the game. Well, Joe Montana, remember, he played for 2 teams in his career, the Chiefs and the 49ers, the 2 teams that met in this year's Super Bowl. Montana was drafted in the year 79. The same year, a total solar eclipse covered the state of Montana. Again, 79, the 22nd prime number, and then we had the Montana Bowl in the year 2020. And once you understand this language of numerology, gematria, and how it's used to script our sports, these type of predictions sometimes come into focus quite clearly. So just wanted to share the numerology of the death of Kirk Douglas, how it relates to the American eclipses, as well as the nearest ones. It's undeniable that this code is a significant part of this matrix, so to speak. All right, everyone, thanks for popping in and checking this out. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll talk to you next time, guys. See ya.